Hi guys, welcome back to the next Travel Tip Tuesday. I apologize about missing last week. I was actually busy filming and editing my first paid gig as a videographer, and I think it turned out really well. Hopefully I'll be able to share that video with you guys on here on the channel sometime soon. It was a sorority recruitment video for my sister's sorority down at Rowan University in southern New Jersey, and I think it went really well for my first paid gig. But don't worry guys, I'm still going to be making videos for all 593 of you awesome subscribers. Definitely share with your friends. We'll try to get that number up to 600 sometime soon. And once we get to 1,000, maybe I'll do like a 1,000 special or giveaway or something like that. But yeah, definitely subscribe if you aren't. There's lots more videos coming. We got videos from New Zealand, which I'm going to in about 3 weeks. And then we got videos still coming from Iceland, as well as these Travel Tip Tuesdays. So definitely stick around and subscribe. We got a lot of awesome photography and travel coming at you sometime soon. But enough rambling, we're gonna get straight into today's video, and that is gonna be about something that I know all too well, and that is killing time when you're at the airport. Whether you got there 3 hours early before your international flight, or you have a really long layover in between connecting flights, you basically have a lot of free time when you're in the airport. So I'm gonna give you a few tips that I do when I'm in the airport to kill time productively instead of just sitting there and scrolling through Instagram on your phone, waiting for your flight and waiting to get on your plane. So let's jump right into it. So tip number 1 is to find your gate before you do anything else in the airport. Even if you have a 3-hour layover, you don't want to be going to get food, sitting down at a restaurant in the airport, eating, and then realizing that your plane is boarding and you have no idea where the gate is. You'll end up running through the unknown airport without any idea of where to go and where your gate will be, and you might end up missing your flight or being late and being that one person that holds up the flight. So before you sit down, before you do anything, check one of those boards that you see with all the flights, check your flight number and everything, and go find your gate. You don't have to sit at your gate, but once you find your gate, you'll know where to go, you'll hear if they change your gate or anything like that, and you'll have all the information, and you'll be ready to go 3 hours from the layover time when your next flight takes off, so you're not holding anything up. So tip number 2 is to be productive while you're waiting. So whether that is breaking out your phone or your laptop, sending out some emails, whether you're a photographer like me, maybe you can edit photos from your latest photo shoot, or even if you're coming home from your trip, you can edit the photos from the trip that you just went on, or send out some business inquiries, something like that. As long as you're being productive, that's a good way to kill some time instead of, again, sitting there scrolling through Instagram or just doing random stuff on your phone. So being productive. I will probably be editing a lot of YouTube videos in the airport while I'm waiting for my flights in the future. I'll probably be editing some of these Travel Tip Tuesdays on my layovers to New Zealand, because I do have like 24 hours of traveling to get there. So be productive when you're there. If you're just a normal traveler, maybe you can do some research or find out some information on your destination that you're going to, something that you didn't know prior, or something that will help you while you're traveling around the country. So tip number 3 is to take a nap if you can. I know this only applies in certain situations, but for me, when I have a layover, it's usually after a 7-8 hour flight overnight or something like that. So I personally have a hard time sleeping on planes because of the lack of leg room, and just a little claustrophobic for me. So I personally like to take a nap if I can while I'm in the airport waiting for my connecting flight, if I have enough time. So what I do is I find a spot that's near my gate and has a bunch of open benches or quiet people, or there's just not much going on there, and I can either lay down or sit down and take a nice nap. Also, I put my headphones in, and then I set an alarm on my phone so I don't miss my flight, because you don't want to do that, because that's the worst. Maybe take a 20 to 30 minute nap, get some rest, and then I'll be all refreshed and ready to go for the next flight, because I won't be able to sleep on that next flight. So tip number 4 is to get some food. And yes, I know that airport food is usually much more expensive than the outside world, but for me, it's still better than the crappy airline food that you get during your flight. Sometimes it can be good, but most of the time I don't like it, so I usually get a snack or something prior to getting on the plane. So that'll kill some time before your plane takes off, and it'll save you from eating the not so good airplane food. So tip number 5 is to find new music. This probably isn't practical for a lot of people, but for me personally, I listen to the same bands over and over, the same songs, the same artists, and I really don't have the time during my normal life to find new music. I just download the new music from the same people that I've always listened to. So when I'm at the airport, it's a perfect time for me to do some searching, put my headphones in, and listen to a bunch of random songs, and then possibly get new music that I will listen to in the future. And it's the perfect time to do it while you're at the airport because you're killing time. You most likely have free Wi-Fi to download any of these new songs. And yeah, basically you're just going to be immersed in new music and find out some new bands, some new artists, some new songs that you'll like for the future or even for your plane ride. And then you can enjoy your plane ride more with new music. So tip number 6 is one that I should really follow more, and that is to read a book while you're waiting. Personally, I don't think carrying a book around while you're traveling is that practical. It's kind of big, heavy, takes up random space in your bag that you could put other stuff in, say an extra camera lens or something like that for you photographers. So most of the time you would have your book downloaded on your phone or on your iPad or computer or something like that. So an ebook, which I think is more practical, but if you like traveling with a book, that's fine too. So when you're waiting in the airport, that's a great time to kill some time while reading a book, and it's a great way to relax before your flight. It gets you into the chill mood before you get on your flight, and at least you're not sitting there again scrolling through Instagram, doing nothing on your phone, and just being bored out of your mind waiting for your next flight. So guys, that was it for today's video. 6 travel tips to do while you're waiting for your flight in the airport. Hopefully those helped you out. I know 1 or 2 of them aren't going to be the biggest help and they're probably pretty obvious, but hey, there's not that much to do in the airport, so I figured I'd just tell you what I know from my experience. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Definitely subscribe, like I said in the beginning of the video. There's a lot more coming. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. See you there.